Good morning, punters, and welcome to the Racingbase preview of the Queensland Oaks 2015. I'm Aaron Hamilton, and I'm joined by Ric Chapman, as usual. And we're going to take a look at the race, 3-year-old fillies race, and see if we can come up with a winner. Rick, how are you this morning?
I'm as fit as a man of my habits can be. Thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to this race on Saturday, and hopefully one of us have come up with a winner for the punters.
I hope the racing guys give us a good track because it's a very good field, and it'll run true to form too, I think.
Okay, well, down to business, and due to some readers asking for more than just our top selection, Rick, we're going to give our top 4 today. So who have you highlighted coming up for this Saturday?
I think Winx wins in a canter. I was on her at the Glasshouse meeting the other day at Sunshine Coast, and of course that track suits the way she runs, and this track doesn't. But class prevails when these sort of races are on, I think, and none of this field could do what she did at Sunshine Coast last start. So I think she wins. She's trialled magnificently going into the Sunshine Coast race, and as everyone knows, I'm a mad trial fan, and she just looked a ball of muscle, which is a segue for another horse later on in Doomben on Saturday. Ball of muscle will trial magnificently. He'll win his race. But back to Winx, she's just too good. She wins by 2 lengths, as far as I'm concerned. If you get $3.30 now, bet, and then reach for your other pocket and find some more money. Have another bet. Well,
the bookmakers definitely agree with you, Rick. They've got her as the short favourite. I'm not so convinced. I like another one in the race. Before we get to them, anything else other than Winx, the top pick for you? Who else stands out?
You couldn't be anything but impressed with Bohemian Lily. She's very fit. She reminds me a lot of Pornichet, and he's just having a fantastic meet up there. So Bohemian Lily would have to be hard to beat. She'll be left alone in front. The track's good. Ballet Sweet's going to be right in the finish, and I think also Sabrina. We all saw last start at Rose Hill. She was an absolute drop-dead certainty beaten. Not necessarily think it was the young boy's fault, but the horse in front of him shifted out right when he was going for a run, so cost her momentum and the race. On that, you'd have to say she's going to be right in the frame, but she's bred to sprint too, so that might make a bit of an issue for her when the real acid's on. But my top 4 would have to be Winx as a standout, and then you just box Bohemian Lily, Sabrina, and Heavens Above behind them if it's wet. And if it's not wet, then you leave out Heavens Above and you box Bohemian Lily, Sabrina, and Ballet Sweet.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. Top 4 looks fairly straightforward, Rick, but as we know, it's never that straightforward in racing. My top pick is Bohemian Lily. I was on track at Doomben last weekend to see her, and boy, was she impressive. And the thing that sticks out to me is she's following that same technique as Pornichet ran the week before, 7-day backup, just blitzed his rivals. She carries the same colours, 7-day backup. She couldn't have been more impressive last week. And I think if Gay has left any room for improvement, she's going to be incredibly hard to catch.
Well, stats prove, in the last 3 weeks, stats prove what you just said to be 100% right. You just go to Flemington last Saturday and see Lau Armistad, how much she improved from her Adelaide run a week later to win the Ramsden. Pornichet did it with tremendous ease 3 weeks ago, and Bohemian Lily is as tough as. She's been up a while, and she'll be fit. Don't worry about that. But my only query, and it's going to be one of those classic races, you're going to have Bohemian Lily out in front, setting a top fast tempo and moving further ahead at the 600, and she increases the pace. And then you've got the back marker, Winx, having to weave her run between them with only a 300-metre stretch. We always seem to clash on so many different levels in Group 1 races. But,
you got anything else picked out for the card, Rick?
Yes, I do. I'm going to have 2 rather large bets on horses that have trialled magnificently well in the last 2 weeks. Ball of Muscle. He sat 6 wide in a trial the other day, which Gay's other good filly, Marty, was in. She's a mare now. But Marty couldn't get near her. He couldn't get near Ball of Muscle, rather, and he just, to me, looks like he's as good as his brothers, which are Terra Vista and Tiger Test. But So I'll be on Ball of Muscle. I think he'll be too good for his off the inside draw. He'll be too good for his stablemate Kiro. And the other thing I'm going to have a good wager on is Peggy Jean. She trialled like a bomb the other day. Just, and here she is in somewhere at paying $11 on Saturday at Doomben. So that'll be my 3 big goes: Winks, Ball of Muscle, Peggy Jean.
And Peggy Jean's one that'll love a bit of sting out of the ground as well, Rick, if we get some rain.
Oh, that's right. Either way, the track looks good for her, and she hasn't shown a great deal of form of late, but off that trial, you'd have to suspect that she's back to her best. If that's the case, then like Winks, she's just too good for them.
Regarding the pace of the Oaks, do you see anyone being disadvantaged there, Rick? Because some of the favourites have drawn wide. Winks is in 13. She'll come in a bit without the emergencies. You've got Ballet Suite drawn, as wide as what Bohemian Lily is, but Lily will go to the front, and she'll negate that wide barrier. Played into factor for you, has it?
No, normally it does, but Winks is an out-and-out back marker, so it wouldn't matter if she drew the car park. She'd just drop back and go to sleep and just charge home. And as you rightly called, Bohemian Lily's a front runner, so she'll just cross. And Gay's got a marvellous record of horses getting across from outside draws, so it'll be a genuinely run race. There's no doubt about that. Now, I don't think there'll be too many excuses. You wouldn't imagine, especially if the back markers come wide and start charging home. As long as they've got clean air in the straight, that's what you want to see. Nice finish where everybody's putting their best in without any hard luck stories.
Sure. Okay, well, seeing as you're so confident, Rick, and so am I think it's time for a little personal wager just to spice things up a bit.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
Okay, well, nothing too ridiculous, and obviously we're going to have a punt with our cash on the race anyway. So look, I'm tipping my horse to beat yours on Saturday. I think the whoever finishes worse than the other tipster should have to suffer some kind of consequence.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, I've given it a bit of thought, Rick. We'll start off something small, and maybe we can get viewers to suggest, further punishments in future. And just for a laugh, if my horse beats your horse home, you've got to do next week's preview wearing your wife's sunglasses. How's that?
My wife's sunglasses?
Well, yours would be hardly a punishment, would it?
I was thinking you'd say something more like, "Oh, we should sit here with my shirt off" or something. But my wife's
viewers would love that, mate.
I think my wife and I share sunglasses. So that's an easy bet.
Well, my wife has a really big pair, and they look pretty girly. So I figured your wife might have had the same, and it'd be a fitting punishment just to kick things off.
You were talking about sunglasses then, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Okay, so we'll leave it at that for now, and we'll get some viewers to suggest something, and I'm sure there'll be a few suggestions coming our way.
Yes, keep it clean and above board. And
absolutely.
But if we'll agree on something, and then maybe put it up on the Facebook page, and then whoever finishes behind one another in the Oaks will have to adhere to that. I love it.
Sounds like a plan, and I'm looking forward to Bohemian Lily just kicking away and holding off Winks, Rick.
Yeah, punting's easy, so I'll win.
Okay. Thanks for your time today, mate. Best of luck on the weekend, and best of luck to all the punters.
Yes, everybody. Have a great one.